Welcome to Roots and Rest, a place for you to relax after a long day. Tonight's story is called The Lantern in the Quiet Woods. So, settle in, let your body grow soft, and allow your breath to slow. There is nothing you need to do now. Nowhere you need to go. Only this story and the quiet space around it. At the edge of a wide, peaceful woodland, where the trees grew tall and the air always seemed a little softer, there lived a woman named Lena. Lena was not in a hurry, but she had been once. There had been days filled with noise, with things to remember, with places to be. And though those days had slowly changed, something inside her still moved a little too quickly. So each evening, as the light began to fade, Lena would walk. Not far, just enough to feel the world grow quiet again. One evening, as the sky turned pale gold and the first cool breath of night drifted in, Lena noticed something she had never seen before. A small lantern. It sat just at the edge of the woods, resting on a low tree stump, as though someone had placed it there and forgotten it. The flame inside flickered gently, warm, steady, waiting. Lena stepped closer. She looked around. No one. Only the trees, the soft hush of leaves, and the distant sound of something like water moving far away. The lantern glowed quietly, and for reasons she didn't need to explain, Lena picked it up. It was light in her hands, warmer than she expected, and as she held it, something shifted. The path ahead, one she had walked many times, looked different, clearer, as though the lantern was not just lighting the ground, but softening the way forward. So Lena stepped into the woods. The forest welcomed her, as it always did. But tonight, everything felt just a little more still. The lantern cast a gentle circle of light. It didn't reach far, just enough for the next few steps. And somehow, that felt right. Lena walked slowly. The ground beneath her feet softened with moss and fallen leaves. The air carried the scent of pine and earth. With each step, the quiet grew deeper. Not empty, but full in a way that asked nothing from her. After a while, Lena came to a place where the trees opened slightly. A small clearing. In the centre, a narrow stream moved over smooth stones. She had been here before, but never quite like this. The lantern light reflected in the water, stretching and shifting with the current. Soft gold drifting through dark. Lena knelt beside the stream, and for a moment She simply watched. The water didn't rush. It didn't hesitate. It moved in its own time. She placed the lantern beside her. Its glow remained steady, unbothered by the gentle movement of the air. The thoughts that had followed her earlier, the quiet weight she hadn't quite noticed, began to loosen. Not all at once, just a little. A sound behind her made her pause. Barely there. She turned, and at the edge of the clearing, just where the trees began again, stood a fox. It wasn't afraid. It didn't move away. It simply watched. Lena stayed very still. The fox tilted its head slightly, as if curious. Then, after a quiet moment, it stepped forward. Not close, just enough to be seen clearly in the lantern light. Its fur caught the warm glow, soft and golden. Its movements were slow, certain. The fox glanced once at the lantern, then back at Lena. And though nothing was said, something was understood. This place was not something to hurry through. The fox turned, taking a few steps towards the trees, then paused. Looking back, Lena felt it then, a quiet invitation. Not to chase, not to rush, just to follow. So she stood, picked up the lantern, and stepped forward. The fox moved slowly through the trees, never far ahead, always within sight. The path beneath Lena's feet felt softer now, more familiar. The lantern continued to glow, lighting only what was needed. Step by step, breath by breath, they moved deeper into the woods, until eventually the fox stopped. Ahead, the trees opened once more, but this time there was no stream, no clearing, only stillness. A place where the air seemed to settle completely, where even the smallest movement felt quiet. The fox lay down, curling into itself, calm and at ease. Lena stood for a moment. Then, slowly, she did the same. Sitting on the soft earth, lantern beside her. The light flickered gently. The forest held its quiet. And for the first time in a long while, Lena felt it fully. Rest. Not something she had to find. Not something she had to earn. Something that had been waiting all along. Her breath slowed. Her shoulders softened. The lantern dimmed slightly. not going out, just softening. The fox remained still. The trees stood quietly, and the night settled gently around them. After a while, there was no need to measure how long. Lena lay down, the earth beneath her, steady and calm. The lantern's glow became softer still, like the last light before sleep. And as her eyes closed, the forest remained, watching, holding, quiet. And now, it's time for you to rest too, as if you were there in the quiet woods. You don't need to go any further. You don't need to do anything more. The path will be there when you need it. The lantern will light the way. For now, you can simply rest. Good night.